This is Golden Axe for the Sega Master System. Previously, I had reviewed the Genesis version of this game. Obviously, this version of this game will compare unfavorably compared to the Genesis version, which should be superior. The game is very similar to the Genesis version. You can pick the same 3 characters, and they have similar differences like in the Genesis game. You also have a magic meter, which also does a full screen attack, and the strength of the attack will also depend on the amount of magic bars you have. You also have little animals which you can ride, and the level designs are pretty similar. I can't really tell if this port is of the arcade version or the Genesis version, as I've never played the arcade version to make a comparison. Now, time for some of the bad news. The frame rate of this game is pretty low. It makes hitting enemies pretty difficult, but also there's kind of a small lag when you play, and this is pretty bad for a beat 'em up. It makes attacks on enemies harder as a result. Also, moving your character around is kinda clunky due to the lower frame rate. The graphics for this game is actually pretty good. I would say it would be very close to the Genesis version, but of course it's not as colorful or smooth as the Genesis version. Overall, this is actually a good looking Sega Master System game, but it's clear that that's what the people that made this game were doing, making a pretty game at the expense of actually something that was mostly playable. I think this game would have been better off with lesser visuals for a smoother gameplay, or Harshly actually not existing at all in the first place. But that would mean I wouldn't have a chance to review this game. I would have to give this game a 4 out of 10.